Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to yet another live on Friday. We're celebrating the month of yoga, something which is deeply rooted in our ancient science. And we will be talking about yoga today and rather the entire month. And it is so beautiful actually to connect with you people so that we can talk about your daily routines, your lifestyle, what are the kind of changes we are able to make in a small way also. And we are really delighted for that. And today we're going to be having a live session on a topic which is very, very important and again connected with yoga as we're celebrating the month for yoga, which is movement as medicine, where we're saying how yoga actually helps across to feel at home in your body. And yet again, we will be taking a very special guest with us online where the person is been doing yoga for a decade. I will first invite her, and the person that we have today is Saloni. And Saloni Agrawal is majorly doing health, nutrition, and is being a life coach. I will just invite her and then probably take over the session. Just allow me a minute.
Hi Ashmita,
Hi, Saloni. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, Saloni. So before we start, if you could give a quick introduction to yourself for our listeners, please.
Yes, sure. Hi everyone. Welcome to Insta Live session with the Beyond Lifestyle and myself. My name is Saloni Agrawal and I am a yoga practitioner from last 10 years and a yoga teacher from last 3 years. I have done my RYT 500 International Certified Yoga Instructor and a nutrition course as well. And here we are today discussing about movement as medicine with Ashmita, the Beyond Lifestyle founder. And I'm really grateful to have you all here. Thank you so much.
Perfect. So, Lori, let's just try something different. Being a Friday, we all are exhausted, looking forward for the weekend. Why not start
Yes.
with something that we actually spoke about a lot also in our podcast that we did earlier? Let's start
Hmm.
our session with a quick breath work, which you really love,
Uh,
and then
yes.
kind of start taking in questions from the people.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Before we dive into today's conversation on
Right.
movement as medicine, let's invite ourselves, not just physically, but energetically also. Let's set an intention, everyone. I want you all to gently close your eyes and soften your gaze. Let's take a few moments to bring ourselves to the present moment. Keep your one palm onto your chest and another onto your belly. Take a deep breath in. Feel the warmth of your palm and slowly exhale. Feel the rise and the fall of your breath. Now, silently or aloud, set this intention. May I allow movement to become a form of love and not force. May I listen to what my body needs and honor it. Now, just breathe into that practice, into that intention. Slowly exhale and let's do some deep and yogic breathing before we start. Let's start with our breathing exercise. Take a deep breath in through your nostril. Fill up your stomach with air for 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We are going to do 2 more rounds for this. Inhale for 5 seconds this time. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly, when you feel comfortable, you may open up your eyes and relax.
Perfect. That actually sets the rhythm for the conversation.
Yes.
Perfect. So, Saloni, I think I will dive deep into the topic that we are into today before I start picking up the questions from the
Hmm.
audience. What do we really mean by movement as medicine, and how do you really fit that in yoga? And if you could, kind of give us a little more brief of how did you really start your journey with yoga?
Hmm. Okay, so movement as medicine means today, while we are practicing going to gym, yoga, we all have made sure that we are working out no matter how our body is feeling. We are not really listening to it, right? I was also the same. I used to feel like, I need to work out so that I can reduce my belly fat, I can get some strength, I can get some flexibility. And that's how it started. But eventually, I started having this feeling after, of course, after 30, you start having this feeling that, my body is not the same as it was in my
Correct.
20s. It's even better.
Correct.
With
Correct.
movement, it even get better. But, so that's the reason I think, I believe that movement is not forcing your body. You're not forcing your body to do something which it did not want to. You have to listen to it. And once you start listening and honoring your body needs, how your body is cueing, you will understand that movement is not about just intense practice or coming onto the mat and showing up, on into the gym. It's about moving. No matter how you're moving, you can choose your movement. Like for me, I have been getting obsessed with swimming these days. So swimming can be a movement for somebody. For somebody, yoga is a movement. I do all of it together. I try to, incorporate a lot of kind of movements into my life. And it's not just with doing push-ups and, bicep curls, doing plank variations and yoga. It's not just that. Movement is so much more
Right.
than doing what we do on yoga, what we do during our yoga practice, yoga asana practice, and into the gym. It's about, feeling to connect with yourself rather than trying to change your body, try to connect with it. So once you do it, you will have days where your body is going to say, let's not do intense workouts today, and let's
Right.
go for very gentle stretches. Let's do something that you're going to. Even movements can be something like walking barefoot, you know, it can be something like that. So it's basically trying to ground yourself. But today we all have made movement like we are punishing our body and we're not nourishing
Correct.
it, basically. That's
Correct.
what I feel is movement can be anything in a form of like if I'm like dancing, let's say. There are so many people who loves to dance and they think, I do not want to go today. Let's rest. That's fine. That's you are listening to your body. But if it starts feeling like that you are punishing your body, you do not want to step onto the mat, you do not want to go for swimming, and you don't want to, you do not want to get yourself wet while you are doing swimming, that's like you're punishing it, so try to
Right.
listen to what your body says, honor it, and that's something it's going to help you in a long way as a medicine. And that medicine part is it is supposed to help you out, right? It's not going to
Right.
medicine is not supposed to deprive you or deteriorate your health. So movement should be like that, right? It's not going to deteriorate your health. It should be like making you feel energetic, making you feel more alive rather than punishing you.
Perfect.
That's movement for me.
Perfect. Perfect. So, Sonali, I think I will dive deep into taking in questions to the people because I think we can go on
Absolutely.
on the conversation. So, let me just pick up
Yes.
the first question. So, the person asks that I feel a little disconnected with my body currently. Can yoga help me?
Yes, absolutely. Yoga is a very powerful tool to, help with mind and body connection. It helps you feel grounded, first of all. So, yoga is something it's a very beautiful and a safer way to rediscover your body and your mind all together. Okay, it helps you understand what your body needs right now because it helps you to listen to it. And that is, I
Right.
think, the most important. We all need to listen to our body, what it needs. And sometimes, the breath work that we do while doing yoga, the intention setting, and let's say, you do not want to practice yoga because of the intense workouts sometimes, and you do not want to practice yoga, but you just come onto the mat and you say, I do not want to practice, but I want to just watch how people are doing, in the online classes, of course, during the online classes. And I want to feel it. I want to see how everyone is doing. I just want to feel better, looking at somebody. So that's completely fine. It's your choice. Just do the breath work, set the intention, do the gentle stretches. Might, if you want to feel like, if you feel like doing gentle stretches, do that. And slowly and eventually, when you start to feel the difference while practicing yoga, when you start to feel the difference in your body, you will definitely feel that yoga as a movement is everything, that we will need. It
Right.
is strength based, it's flexibility based, it's a grounding based, it's ground based. So it completes everything. So that's really how yoga can help you out.
Correct. So, Lynn, this is so relatable, and you rightly said that just set the pace. I remember the first time I went for a yoga session. That's it, I did. I mean, I just did breath work, and I'm just going to watch people of how do they do it and just kind of grasp the easy asana so that I can implement it because it was the first time, and anybody who
That's
tries to do
absolutely
anything
wonderful.
first time is very
Yeah.
overwhelmed, with what's happening around.
Yes.
How will I do and
Yes.
stuff like that.
It does.
And
It does.
so
Definitely.
setting the intention is perfect, as you rightly said.
Yes. It does, of course. And when you feel like, let's say, I have been practicing yoga from last 10 years now. And if we do that, and if somebody who is just a beginner and who has just, welcomed into the online yoga session and they say, I am only doing it for like one day. I do not
Right.
know what yoga is all about. And you
Right.
give them to do, asanas such as Chaturanga Dandasana, and you tell them to do push-ups. It's not going to help them. They will feel
Exactly.
overwhelmed and
Correct.
they will have the pain and everything. So it's
Correct.
better that you start very slow, start gently with your body. It's your body. It's not a dead body. It's a live one.
Absolutely.
So we have to treat it like that. We have to treat it with all the kindness and respect that it needs
Right.
during any
And
sort of
as
movement for
our
that
as
matter.
our topic is, it has to be treated as a medicine, and medicine is different for
Yes,
every body at the
every
end of the day.
individual. Yes, it is. It sure is.
Perfect. Okay, let me pick up the other question. So the other question that has come in is, I would be happy to know of some simple yoga poses or techniques that can help me start feeling at home in my body again.
Oh, that is so important. And yoga is such a powerful tool to make you feel at home. You can start doing some grounding asanas, such as malasana. You can start doing, my personal favorite is child pose, which is balasana. And I think everybody who has done yoga, who is doing yoga, loves to do child pose, because it helps you to surrender into the asana.
Correct.
It helps you to curl yourself into it, and it does not ask you to, let go. It's just the surrendering part is, of course, the letting go, but it does not ask you to do anything else. It's just you have to lie down. You just have to lie down like,
Correct.
into like a baby. And the grounding asanas can help you out. Very gentle stretches can make you feel at home, especially the grounding asanas, which helps you with hip mobility, and spinal work. Spine movement can help you with it, like cat and cow stretches. And so, yeah, these are the few asanas which we can absolutely perform and do.
Perfect, perfect. So I think these are very common poses that person can actually check
Very,
out on. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Even though who are very new to the yoga, even they can perform it. Like something, it's called the heart melting pose, which is Anhatasana or extended puppy pose. It is such a beautiful pose to help you with your spinal flexibility, and it's like you're touching your chest onto the mat. Okay, so it helps you surrender your chest. And whenever we feel heavy, it's in our chest, right? We do feel heavy a
Right.
lot sometimes,
Right.
and life can be your life can be very overwhelming at times. So surrendering your chest means you are surrendering yourself into the asana, and you just
Right.
relax there. It's such a beautiful pose. I take it as a warm up when I teach online yoga classes for my students.
So, Saloni, when we talk about yoga, it's a very broad subject, but still it's very, I
Very.
think, personally curated kind of thing for an individual.
Yes.
But a lot of
Yes.
people are taking it in a very different tangent altogether. That once you kind of talk to a lot of people, I feel that yoga has been taken in very in various tangents. Somebody is using it to stay young, somebody is doing it for reduction of their belly fat, somebody is doing it for reduction of their double chin, etc., etc. So, how do you really
Absolutely.
think that, I mean, when we say yoga is a form of meditation somewhere or the other, it
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
connects your mind and body, and you can, kind of just relax and calm down and then take your
Hmm.
day ahead.
Hmm.
And that's why I
Hmm.
said that it's preferred that if you perform this kind of a meditation in the morning hours, because obviously it's something which you kickstart your day with. So
Yes, absolutely.
how do you really tackle with things when you as a person who's training in yoga, people obviously you have clients which will come to you with specific issues. How do you really take care of that?
You have to be very, like, as a yoga teacher, I have to be very attentive to what my students' needs are. Before I enroll to my classes, I ask them, what are your goals basically? Why do you want to join yoga? And
Yeah.
have you been into any sort of another movement in your life? And if so, how does it make you feel? And so basically, we need to understand how the other person wants to feel in their body. If they're feeling, let's say, there are so many people who do not feel complete into their own self. They feel, I have belly fat. I don't want to look like this. And
Hmm.
movement as a medicine, it really helps you understand that you cannot dislike your own body. You are living
Right.
in it. You cannot dislike
Right.
it, right? And if you
Right.
want, of course, yoga is so huge. Its horizon is so huge. You will have strengthening classes, you will have flexibility classes, you will have restorative classes, which is going to make you feel, you will have face yoga these days. We have, even those are included. You will have breath work, you will have bandhas, you will have shatkarmas, which is going to detox you from inside out. So it's really a beautiful practice. And there are so many people who have a misconception that yoga, while just the asanas, I'm going to talk about just the asanas practice. It's not sweaty. It's like, you are doing gentle yoga, but oh my God, I I I cannot stress into this, but I have lost around 6 kgs to 7 kgs just doing yoga. I do not go to gym, and I would very soon post a picture of me where I have cuts here and my entire body, I have muscles built up. So that's all because of yoga that I have done. And it's nothing that I think it's been 10 years that I have stepped into gym. I have not. I do not step in the gym. And not because I do not like it. I of course love it. But it's just yoga feels more connected to me rather than going to gym. So yeah.
And when we're talking about this, is it just that practice, or is it the entire lifestyle change that a person kind of, incorporates?
Entire lifestyle. Let's say if somebody wants to reduce their belly fat and they say, I want yoga, I will do yoga and will it help? I'm like, no. Yoga is entirely not going to help you with belly fat. You have to make changes to your lifestyle. You will have to, let's say, there are some days as a teacher, I cannot take every day yoga classes. Like
Absolutely.
I need my break too. So will on Sunday,
Absolutely.
are you not going to practice yoga? No, you're going to choose a different kind of movement. You are
Correct.
just not letting go of the movement. It can be,
Correct.
brisk walking. It can be a run. It can be swimming. It can be dancing. It can be any sort of movement. Just do not rely on yoga entirely. Have the lifestyle changes, like have a better diet, have eat mindfully, and I think that really helps with movement as medicine as well.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, as I started again, I'll pick up another question. Just a minute.
Sure.
Okay, so there's somebody who asks that yoga is often associated with flexibility, but what other aspects of health does it really improve, and how does it impact different body types?
Okay. So of course, everybody is different, and yoga is going to impact. Like I have a friend who does not resonate with yoga. She does not like to do yoga. She's like, yoga is not for me. I like to go to gym, and I need to feel the burn right away. And
Mm,
I understand that completely. But yoga starts very gently. Like, as I said, during my first class, I will not ask my students to do 10 push-ups right away. I'll take it very
right.
slowly. It starts gently. So the process is definitely slow with yoga, but
Mm,
it's so powerful. It's so powerful that eventually you are going to feel in your body, like you are going to feel home in your body, right? So if you feel that, yoga is for everybody, yoga is definitely for everybody, for each body type. There are some asanas that I cannot perform, but my students can. And I'm really surprised to see that. Like, so you have to listen to it. Like, is yoga for you? Is swimming for you? Is dancing for you? some people likes to do dance. They want to dance, but they do not know how to do it. So just
Right.
if you want to feel like home, if you want to dance, just do it right at your home. Who is looking at you?
Correct.
Just do it alone, all alone. And that's a wonderful way to practice movement.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is an interesting question which is common that how has yoga impacted your relationship with self-love and acceptance over time? And okay, so this person is just beginning the journey, and that's why they're curious to know how it has impacted your relationship with self-love and acceptance.
Okay, yeah, self-love. It's such a huge topic in itself, but it's been very hard for me because I have been people pleaser all my life, and I love to do things for people, and just please them, just to make them happy. So suddenly there was one moment in my life when I felt like, I am doing so much for the people. I need
Hmm.
to, do something for myself. So yoga, when I was doing, I listened to it. Like, let's say. I have instructors too. I do my self practice, but I do have instructors in my life who teach me so much. So when I started doing it, I felt like, there are some poses that's not for me. And
Hmm.
when it's not for you, you will know it. Like, I'll give you one example, like Poon
Hmm.
Nataraj. It
Hmm.
is, but oh my God, it's so difficult for me. I just cannot practice it. I had a
Right.
friend who was trying to help me. I was like, why don't you just take my leg and put it at the back? She was like, it's not. And I'm like, no, it's not happening. Just leave, leave, leave. I just cannot do it. So that understanding of your own self to,
Right.
what resonates with you
Hmm.
is something that yoga really helps with. And I cannot stress on this enough, but yoga with the grounding asanas and child pose and restorative yoga definitely helps you feel at home because in while you are doing intense workout you're not thinking about it, right? You're not thinking
Right.
about how your
Right.
body is feeling. You are active, you
Right.
are in a masculine energy and everything. But when you are
Hmm.
doing restorative yoga, it one asana like in child pose, I would say I make my students stay for like 30 seconds to 1 minute. And when I
Hmm.
do that, they will have a lot of time to understand how it's feeling, where the stretch is coming. Am I feeling better? Am I feeling good? So that
Right.
self-love that you will explore while you are doing yoga. And it starts with gentle yoga, not the
Right.
intense ones.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now there comes a question that this person asks that I have long working hours. So can you
Mhm.
demonstrate some sitting stretches that I can do during my working hours?
Yes, absolutely. I'm just going to take a step back. Okay. So while you're sitting, be it at a chair, I suppose everybody use chair and table when you are doing that. So while you are sitting, you can just stretch your hands up towards the ceiling and stretch your spine. Like it's going to decompress your spine in such a beautiful way and just surrender into this. It's called Seated Tadasana. And once you're here, you can do it like for 5 times. Okay, and take a breath. Yeah, you do not have to hold. Like I have seen so many people holding their breath while they're doing asanas, and that's something uh, that's not going to help you with the movement. It's not going to help you with the yoga. So you have to stretch and you have to breathe here, and you can do some seated asanas. Like you can keep your right hand onto the other side and just do the side bending first here. For the long working hours, it's really comfortable and it helps with the spinal mobility. And with the twisting also, if you are sitting in a chair, just take a step, take a back and put your arms back instead and hold your chair at the back and the twist in your spine is going to help you with relaxing. So these
Hmm.
are three asanas. And then, of course, when you have a hectic schedule, you do not have so much of time with your busy schedule. So I would suggest just do some breath work while you are sitting and
Hmm.
start again. Do some gentle neck stretches. Like you can start doing with left and right, dropping your head towards the right side and the left side. And
Right.
do 180 degrees of neck rolls, something like this. And then take it up. Inhale here and like this. It's going to be feel so wonderful. Do some gentle neck stretches, shoulder stretches, like you can keep your elbows together and then open. And you can keep your arms up in the air and then hug yourself here. Open your arms, inhale here, and hug yourself. It also brings the feeling of home when you are doing this particular
Right.
stretch.
I think it's very important also because I think most of the time people today are on their laptops and they have those neckache
Oh,
or they have those stiffness when you talk about in
yes,
their neck or in their
yes,
back. So I thought these movements
definitely.
are going to be something which is going to be very helpful.
Yes,
No?
absolutely. And you can incorporate, you have to listen to your body. Sometimes there was a moment back, I think 2 weeks back, when I did not practice yoga. I did not step onto the mat. I did not, I just went for a walk with my dog and I felt like, there is something missing. I'm not feeling myself. So I took a break from my work and I was like, okay, I need to stop. I just need to do something. So I stepped onto the mat. I said, I'm not going to, watch YouTube video or follow any instructor. I'm just going to do what my body feels like. And I started moving. And I started moving from here, from left to right, and it felt so amazing. Of course, being a yoga teacher helps easy with the flows because I
Yeah.
know how my body wants to move. But it's about listening also. So I started doing standing asana, and somehow when I was about to, I felt like I'm done enough moving. I sat down and I was like, okay, I just need to sit here. And I stayed there in silence, and it felt so much better. I felt like, oh my God, I did so much for myself today. And of course, that's the answer for self-love question also. And somebody who wants to practice, it's completely, your yoga is open for everyone, to be honest.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's another person who's just starting yoga. So they say that I'm just thinking of starting yoga as a regime now. What would you recommend as the first step in using yoga to feel more comfortable in one's own skin?
Definitely breath work. Until unless I'm not saying do entirely for the yoga practice, do just the breath work or the pranayama. Start slow, but do breath work first. And after the practice also you can do Nadi Shodhana to balance because yoga, if you are doing it intense workouts or yoga which is intense, right? So it can activate your masculine energy, it can activate your active side, basically, activate your nervous system. But also, by the end of the session, you can do your Nadi Shodhana, which balances the energy, or the Brahmari pranayama. And for the start, you can just do yogic breathing, which is deep inhalations and deep exhalations. It really helps you come onto your mat and it's not going to feel like a punishment to you. It's going to feel like, it's nourishing you instead.
Perfect, perfect. So there's another question that I think I'll pick up. So this person says that how can I incorporate mindfulness into my yoga practices to make it even more healing?
Okay, so do it mindfully, I would say. Just understand how it feels like if somebody, let's say there is a teacher who's, it's our job. It's our job as a teacher to push you. If you are able to do like 5 push-ups, I'll push you for 7 push-ups instead, right? So, and if your body feels like for the each asana, and it can happen when you are doing asana holds, right? Like I'm staying in Chaturanga and I'm going to ask my students to stay for like 20 seconds. And let's say if they're not able to, but I'm still pushing them, I'm punishing them, basically saying, no, you have to do this. How can you not do this? Your body is really capable. Just try, try, try. And they are able to push themselves to 12 seconds, but not for entirely 20. I'm going to listen to my student's body because that's something I have to do. As a yoga teacher, I have to listen to my student's body. I cannot push them to a limit where they feel like, I am being punished and somebody is using the hunter to punch me down. So it's really important to listen. When you are practicing asanas, try to listen how it feels in your arms, in your shoulders. Most of the time when we are practicing asanas, as a student, I have seen, even I used to do it at one point of time, my shoulders used to be like this most of the time. I used to feel very, my shoulder used to be in elevation. I have to keep it in depression. And each time I have to remind myself, let's say I'm into any asana called Trikonasana. Okay. I used to be like this. This was literally me. I had to, one hand is up, one hand is down, and it used to be closer to my ear. So I have to remind myself, no, I need to relax here. Asana is supposed to be comfortable, right? I have to relax here. It starts with being uncomfortable, but eventually you have to get there to feel comfortable. So I have to every time I have to remind myself, like, no, this is wrong. I have to keep myself, my shoulders down. That's being mindful while you're practicing yoga. Listen to your body, see what's hurting, see what's paining. Of course, there is going to be pain, no doubt. No pain, no gain.
Absolutely.
And yoga will, of course, after, let's say you will practice for an hour intense workout, and then next day you are going to feel like, oh my God, I cannot even walk. That's
Hmm.
normal. The cramps are going to be there. But if it's hurting,
Hmm.
there was one moment I was practicing Surya Yantrasana, which is compass pose, where you have to take your leg all the way up, one leg all the way up towards
Hmm.
the ceiling. And my instructor, very, very knowledgeable instructor, she was pushing me like, you can do a little more, Saloni, just try, try. And I did not listen to my body that I could not do it. I just pulled it so tightly towards myself that I injured my hip flexor. And I could not be onto the mat for 15 days. When I went to the doctor, he said, why did you do that to yourself? You are a yoga teacher. You know how your body's supposed to feel. And I realized, like, oh my God, yes, that's so true. I did not listen to what my body was saying. Like, stop, I
Correct.
need to stop. So start chasing the feeling of doing
Hmm.
yoga instead
Hmm.
of chasing the change in your body. There is
Correct.
nothing you need to fix in your body. Everything is fixed already. You just have to start feeling it. So start chasing the feeling of doing yoga and any movement for that matter. And instead of, choosing to change your body.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. So I think regarding mindfulness, as a person who's asked me a question, says that your app's tagline is mindfulness made simple. What does that really mean? I think as Saloni rightly said, do things mindfully. That is what the app's tagline is as well. So the idea of putting mindfulness made simple is that you could do simple techniques, which we've, kind of like breath work or yoga exercise, yoga techniques we put across in the app, but we would obviously recommend that do that mindfully. Whatever suits your body, pick that up and kind of choose that. And that's the reason we have a tagline as mindfulness made simple because it's a curated application where we would want that everybody can pick up and choose things that suit their body, their time, and how they would want to make their own lifestyle changes. That's the reason that we have that line. Okay. So, Saloni, I think because of the shortage of time, I'll just pick up. There are a lot of questions coming, so I will just ask my audience to kind of put it in the comment or DM and we can get back to them.
Back to
So,
them.
I will
Yeah.
just pick up the last question for the day. Okay, that is. So this person says Ruby. So she says
Hmm.
that I have been practicing yoga regularly for the past 6 to 7 months, mainly to
Okay.
manage my PCOS. Since starting, my periods have been coming every month without any skips, which was the positive change.
Hmm.
However, however, lately I have noticed that I'm getting belly fat. Could it be due to eating?
Okay. Definitely, we all do stress eating. It could be due to stress. PCOS is because of the stress as well. It's one of the reason. And lifestyle changes and not just doing yoga will help. Do the lifestyle changes, Ruby. And such a beautiful question and very important, I think, these days also because there are almost so many girls who are dealing with PCOS and or PCOD for that matter. It's PCOS is not something, yoga is not something that is going to help you with PCOS. You have to do the dietary changes, you have to do the lifestyle changes. Start sleeping on time, have keep yourself hydrated, do movement, not just yoga, do any sort of movement that you feel like, that you feel yourself in. Try to, incorporate positive affirmations for yourself, positive affirmations, give beautiful thoughts to yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and that's something that's going to be so, so, so helpful to you. And if you feel that your belly fat is definitely it's coming and it is definitely not because of PCOS or yoga, it's because of your probably you are not taking care of what you are eating. Just eat mindfully what you are eating. Just check your plate, have salads along with of course, with the food, have salad while you are having your dinner. Try to eat more protein, and that would be that you'll be good to go. It takes months. It is, of course, don't consider that, whichever changes you are doing, you're going to happen. It's going to happen like within. It's not, protein shake or protein powder particularly that's going to help you. It's entire your life. You have to change your entire life.
Right.
Especially with PCOS, you have to change your entire lifestyle, your sleeping habits, your movement patterns, your waking up, if you are sleeping, maybe you are sleeping for 8 hours, but you are sleeping late at night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's not going to help you. You have to, You have to make sure that your Jatharagni, which is digestive fire, it starts like from 10 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock in the morning. So you need to sleep during that particular time. It's really going to help you out.
Wow, perfect. I think this is a very deep subject also,
Very.
Ruby, where we talk about, PCOS, PCOS or PCOD. A lot of these issues need to, I think, individually be addressed because for everybody, the kind of things are different. And as you rightly said, greens is very important, but just not the greens. So at the end of the day, you need to have that
Correct.
balanced diet, that balanced lifestyle, which will
Yes.
benefit. Because at the end of the day, you're hustling during the entire day, and being a woman,
Absolutely.
probably being at a lot of places, a lot of times. So I think predominantly a lot of lifestyle changes needs to be something that needs to be incorporated, not just the nutrition part of it.
Hmm.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so somebody asked, can we practice yoga on the Beyond Lifestyle app? Yes, of course, you can practice a lot of breath work, yoga session. You have a lot of wellness tools that are available that you could just play and enjoy and take that deep breath with the yoga session as well. So we've curated an application which will help you to kind of grow as an individual and learn the new techniques. And of course, there are experts like Saloni and many more who could, actually help you with this as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Saloni, as I said, there are a lot of questions that I've still not picked up, but I would recommend all of these people to kind of give it in their comments or DM us, and we will get back to you. Or in another live session that we will have with Saloni, we can, we'll look forward to
Definitely.
your questions.
Absolutely.
So, Saloni, just to wrap up, what is that? I think it's one of the questions as well that if somebody wants to maintain a consistent yoga practice on a daily life, they have like a busy schedule as well. How do you really think that motivation comes in, and what are the kind of quick things that somebody can do, to maintain
Yeah.
a healthier, wellness routine in their life?
I would suggest don't take yoga as a punishment again. If you feel like you do not want to do yoga, go for a walk.
Right.
And if you have, of course, if you have busy schedule, do gentle stretches, do breath work. Just being present into the moment is going to help you with all your at least mental stuff for the starters. It's going to help you
Right.
so much mentally that when our mind is clear, when our mind is good, our body is good. We have felt that, I have seen so many people who were lying on their bed, like doctors have said we cannot do anything about this. Doctors gave up onto them. But with the movement, they chose to move. Their partners helped with movement. Like, no, we need to move, do something. You're not going to lie down onto the bed and do nothing about it and give up on our life as well. So do
Right.
something. And they have recovered so beautifully, so beautifully. Of course, it needs patience. Everything that, if you want to have a fruitful life, it's going to need patience. But
Right.
not just patience, you need movement in your life. You have to
That's so
choose
important.
your kind of movement. You can choose any sort of movement. There are so many. You can play with your friends. You can, for the starters, I have a dog, and let's say some days I do not want to practice. I want to take a rest and do not want to practice. I go for a very mindful walk with my dog, and it's not like
Right.
mostly, of course, it's like, let's just go in and out and come back soon, like within 30 minutes. But
Right.
during Sundays, when I'm not taking classes, when I'm resting myself, I take for at least 1.5 hours of walk with my pet dog. And that is so beautiful. It's going to feel like you did something.
Right.
Maybe not intense workout or you do not activated something, but you worked on your parasympathetic nervous system. And
Right.
that's the whole point. To
Right.
calm ourselves down, to relax
Right.
our body. And
Right.
breath work also plays a very important role because it's a thread that connects mind and body and soul together. So don't forget to work on your breath. Do the deep belly breathing. You can choose if you are like lying down and by the end of the day you are feeling stressed, just do legs up the wall. Choose your wall and keep your leg onto the wall and just lie down and
Mm.
keep your palm onto your belly and just feel yourself how you are, working, how your belly is, observe your rhythm of your breath. Notice how your belly is falling down and it's rising up. So that's definitely going to help you out.
Beautifully said, Saloni. I think movement does make a lot of difference. So, as you rightly said, that just go out for a walk, just take a mindful break, or having your heavy sessions also on a regular basis. You kind of enjoy that
Yes.
weekend. It's so nice
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, I mean, if for me personally, also if either it's a yoga day to kind of relax my mind, or it's a gym day to where you really need to work on a cardio bit for me. And over the
Yeah.
weekend, when I have like a 4.5 year old, and being having a toddler, you can't really think of going out over the weekend and saying, okay, I have to
Absolutely.
get my time. So for
Yes,
me, that one and a
absolutely.
half hours playing with him is kind of that break where you're doing that
Yeah.
movement, you're having that chatter, you're
Yes.
giving that time, and you're just running across and giving that movement to yourself where you generally feel that okay, I had a hectic day today, also be weekend, because you somewhere or the other are it's a mode of relaxation also for your body because it
Yeah.
is used to that
Absolutely.
movement. You can't just say I'm just lying
Absolutely.
there, not doing anything.
Absolutely. And playing, let's say with your toddler or with yourself, and playing as in like you are dancing, you are
Right,
cooking, you are
right,
trying a new asana. Like sometimes, by the end of the day, like when I like to wind up my day, I am like, okay, let's try that particular asana. Maybe I'll be able to do now. And I do something and check how my body is feeling right now. And if it feels good, I do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I was not able to do in the morning. Why am I
right,
able to do right now? Because in the morning when I was doing with the instructor, I was not fully into it. I was
right,
not feeling the movement. But when you are yourself, when nobody is watching you, right? Because
right,
of course, be it online or offline, somebody
right.
is there to watch you. And when nobody is watching you, you are going to be so much more
So,
than any in front of anybody else. And
so
that's self-love for me.
absolutely. So I think enjoy the movement, whether it is dancing with your toddler or going out with a walk with your pet, or I
Anything.
think just moving at the end of the day. Just enjoy
Absolutely.
what you really love, and somewhere or the other, that movement will become the medicine for your life and the longevity of your life.
Yes, absolutely. I have
Perfect.
one more question
Yeah.
from Ruby. Can you, Ashmita, it's a question for you. Can you give a brief about the application?
Okay, so Ruby, the app is typically a one-stop holistic wellness application where we've tried to curate everything, whether it comes to astrology, parenting, nutrition, exercise routines, simple practices, simple healthy hacks, what are the kind of things that you can curate, all of that into one application where we are just trying to, amend the lifestyle that we are into. And it is powered by Ayurveda. So we live by, or I swear by, the Vedic science, and that's where we kind of got this application. And I would honestly recommend you to download it and try it out to see. And even if you are able to have one habit built out of this, you will see the change. And I think we are looking forward for people who feel that change, and we'll be happy to assist further. Or what are the kind of things that you would want us to
Absolutely.
incorporate? So thank you so much, Saloni, for joining us, and it has been wonderful talking to you. And I think I have
Thank
actually
you.
gone overboard with the session today. We only have 30 minutes, but today we've gone down to 45 minutes. So
Right, we
thank you
discussed
so much,
more.
because I think we just got into the questions and are still left many. So
Yes,
thank you so much, Saloni, and it is wonderful
thank
talking to
you.
you. And we're looking forward for many more sessions where we can,
Absolutely.
enlighten people, and as well as showcase some kind of practices that can make a change for them.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Ashmita, for having me over. It was wonderful talking to you, and I want people to choose movement as per their body and not punish themselves. Take it as a medicine, nourish yourself, and use as many movement as you can in your life. Choose whatever you want to do, which what makes you feel alive instead of
Right.
just lying on the bed. It does not help at all. I'm going to give a one by the end of the our conversation. I'm going to give one analogy here. When let's say if we keep one bicycle and it is standing, it's stagnant, it's not doing anything. It gets rust, right? The
Right.
chains are stiffened,
Right.
the gears get stuck. So similarly, our bodies are like that. If we just sit and we are working and we are not moving at all, we are not using any sort of movement, we are not doing house chores, we are not doing anything. So it gets stuck, and our body starts getting rusty.
Right.
So
Right.
try movement, move as much as personally, it's going to help you better with the mentally also. It's going to
Right.
help you release the stress. It's going to give, good hormones are going to get released. So it's going to help you so much. And definitely choose any sort of movement that you want in your life and stick with it. If it's fulfilling the purpose of making you feel alive, making you feel good, stick with it.
Absolutely. And as the Beyond Lifestyle says, that mind, body, and soul connection is very, very important. And that's
Very,
where we begin the change at the end of the day.
absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Saloni, for joining us. And thank you so much for all your questions, guys. And we are looking forward to answering a lot more in the coming future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care, everyone.